Hello.
Hello, Paginated Bear. It's been a while since I've seen you around.
I know. I've been relaxing. I was
That's
very
nice.
busy there for a while, and then I've taken some time off, but I'm back. I didn't really
That's
leave,
so
but
nice. I'm
oh, thank you.
excited to see you. It's been a while.
Thank you. I didn't change my tie. Still look
That-
exactly the same.
That's cool.
I
Yeah, the
aged
fire still looks
gracefully.
good.
Aged gracefully. So, you have the best job in the world as the owner of Paginated Reports, my bread and butter. But apparently, there are still some people out there who don't know what paginated reports are and why they should be used. Could you talk a little bit about that?
Sure. So, paginated reports are print ready, export ready reports, which are very well formatted. So, think about reports like invoices, explanation of benefits, financial statements. All of those reports are well suited for paginated reports. Also, reports which run into several pages would be paginated reports.
Hmm.
Uh, for interactive reports is what you would use Power BI reports, where you have graphs, charts, and things that change very frequently. Paginated reports are used for use cases like I talked about, like invoices and things like that. So that's a question that comes up a lot where people don't know when they're using Power BI reports and when they want to use paginated reports. So I just thought I'd bring that in as well.
Oh, neat. I know some people, I used to refer to them as pixel perfect reports, but I know that that was a very good explanation. Thank you very much about that. So, since I've left, like me, the bear has left and taken this little break, like what's been going on the last couple of years? Is like Paginated Reports still being worked on? Like, are there a lot of features being rolled out? I know the answer because there's been some cool stuff, but you go ahead.
Yeah, so we've been doing a lot of incremental updates. It's been quiet, but we've been doing it very consistently over the last a year and a half, 2 years. So we've launched a version of the web authoring for paginated reports, which didn't exist back then.
Ooh, web
Yes, so
authoring. Oh, wow. I can't wait to see that.
yeah, so you could go to the Power BI service and then you could create paginated reports on the service. We actually revamped that version. We did a first preview version, we got some feedback, and we've also launched the second version of that a couple of months back. Do try it out because now
Ooh,
you can
awesome.
also do parameters on the web authoring experience, which
Ooh,
wasn't possible before.
parameters are a big deal.
Yep, yep.
Yep, cool.
And then aside from that, we've also not forgotten about our Power BI report builder. We
Ooh,
know that there have been a lot of customer asks to connect to a lot of different data sources. Think
absolutely.
about data sources that we didn't support all this while, and you had to go through ODBC and use all of the other tricks and tips. We now have a sleek experience with the Get Data experience in Power BI Report Builder, which allows you to now connect to over 100 data sources. And it's just as easy as clicky, clicky, draggy, droppy.
Oh, breaking out the Christian Wade quote there. Nice job. So,
Yes.
that's a lot of new stuff. Can you do a demo of the web authoring for me?
Sure. So let's get started and let me do a quick demo for you on what we've launched with
Oh
WebAuthor.
boy.
Let's get started. I'm starting with the regional sales sample dataset in my workspace. I'm going to go ahead and create a paginated report. As you could see, you have an editor and a preview experience side by side. So you could build your report in the editor and view a sample in the preview portion of the screen. Let's get started with creating a tabular report. I'm going to go ahead and pick product category, as well as look at the opportunities. So I want to look at the open opportunities or the opportunity count for each of the products that exist. I don't really want the total opportunity for this, so I'm going to go ahead, click on this, and then remove that portion of it. We continue to support all the existing functionality like renaming columns, which you could do here. If I just want to call this opportunity underscore count, I can go ahead and do that. I also don't like the location of the tables. I'm going to move this a little bit so that it's in the middle and I have enough space on both the left and right. This looks okay to me. Now I'm going to go ahead and insert a header. I have the option to pick a text box, image, or any of these fields like a page number, execution time to the top of my report or as a header. I'm going to go ahead and first add a text box. I'm going to call this contoso.com. This is going to be on every page. I've selected that. I don't like this color. I'm going to stick with the company color. Pick teal. Looks okay at this point. I'm going to also go ahead and add an image, which is the company logo. I'm going to pick the location where I want and add the image. This looks okay. I'm going to reposition this as well. Now, in the body of the report, I want to add a text box, which just is a note for anyone looking at this report that small and medium businesses are not included. Okay. Again, I want to stick with the same colors that I have for my company. So I'm going to go ahead, resize that, and go ahead and format it to have my teal color. Looks okay. Now I'm going to go ahead, insert a footer. For the footer, I want to have a page number. If you look at the preview, it's on the left. I don't like the way it looks, so I'm going to go ahead, move it to the right. I'm also going to go ahead and add an execution time. I think this looks okay. I'm going to go ahead and create a parameter. So I'm going to go ahead and click on more options, create parameter. Now, why do we even want to create this parameter? With a lot of our reports, not everything that's part of the report is relevant to everybody consuming the report. And so by adding a parameter, we give consumers of the report the ability to look at relevant information by selecting the values that they want. Let me do a demo. So I create parameter. So I've gone ahead and created product as a parameter. It's available here. You look at the parameters here, it has all of these values, but I may not be interested in all of these values. And so I'm saving this report to show you what the consumer of this report would see. So let me say demo report 1, save. When I open this report, see that the product parameter is required to view the report. So say I'm interested only in the products which have 1 year warranty. So I go ahead, select that, and I'm viewing the report.
Wow, that was amazing. So, you know, switching gears to the Power BI Report Builder, which you also mentioned, can you do a demo of the Get Data integration? I'd be really interested to see that as well. Power BI Report Builder was something I first worked on many years ago.
Sure, that's an even cooler demo because it's a
Ooh.
lot of cool stuff with the easy experience that Get Data has. And here goes. You can now connect to over 100 data sources from Power BI Report Builder to create print-ready paginated reports. For this demo, I'm going to create an NYC taxi report by connecting to a Snowflake database. Let's get started. First, be sure to install the latest build of Power BI Report Builder. Once you've done that, navigate to the Data tab. Click on the Get Data option on the toolbar. When you click on the Get Data option, you will see the Power Query experience launch. Choose the data source. Enter the server information, the warehouse information, and connection credentials. You can either create a new connection or use an existing shareable cloud connection. Note, when you create a new connection, A shareable cloud connection will be created. Click on Next. Select the tables that you want for your RDL or paginated report. I'm going to select two tables here and transform data. For this demo, I'm going to combine these two tables or merge as new. For the first table, I'm going to select the taxi zone lookup. And for my second table, I'm going to pick the NYC taxi data. I'm going to do a left outer join on the location ID and pick up location ID. Looks fine. Click on OK. I'm also going to go ahead and pick the columns that I want in my RDL dataset or for my paginated report. So I'm going to pick record ID. I'm going to pick drop-off location. I'm going to pick trip distance and total amount. Looks fine. Go ahead. Once I have that, I'm going to rename my query to all information. Note, this will be the name of your RDL dataset. Once I've done this, I'm going to go ahead and define a parameter. I'm going to call this PO lock. Pickup location. This is of type decimal. I'm going to pick 41. I'm going to define another parameter for my drop-off location. This is also of type decimal. And I'm going to enter a value 168. Okay. Note, for the preview, the last M query is picked to create the RDL data set. So I've gone ahead and moved my merge table or the all information table to the end of the queries in the Power Query editor. Now all of this looks good. So now I'm going to go ahead and define the condition. So when my location ID is same as my, I've called it PO log. This would be okay. So this looks fine. I'm going to go ahead and create. It's fine. As you can see, the data set is created with the columns that I've selected, and you'd see a data source called Power Query. Note, you will only see one Power Query data source, irrespective of the number of times you go through the get data flow. Once I've done this, I'm going to add a parameter here. I'm going to call this P. It's the data type integer. I'm going to have a default value of 41. I'm going to define another parameter. This is going to be drop-off location. And this is of data type integer. Default value, I'm going to create and add 168. Now, to map my parameters, go ahead to parameters, and then I define that as PO lock. In Power Query, that maps to this PO lock, which maps to drop-off location. Okay, looks fine. I'm going to go ahead and create a simple table. I've inserted a table. This is going to have a record ID. I'm going to add the trip distance and total amount. I'm going to run the report. As you can see, the pickup location is 41 and drop-off is 168, and the report looks fine. I'm now going to go ahead and publish this report to my workspace. I'm going to call this taxi report. Go ahead and publish. And now the report is available in the Power BI service.
Well, if there's one word that's associated with Power BI Report Builder, it's cool.
Yeah.
Wow, that was an amazing demo. This is really exciting to see this. So, are there other things that you've been working on, like migration blockers, that you might have hit on while I've been gone?
Of course. So we did do a lot on the migration blockers. We did launch dynamic per recipient subscriptions or data-driven
Ooh.
subscriptions, as you might have known.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
That's
yes.
something that we did GA very recently. We also allow drill through as we do support drill through as one of the capabilities for reports that get published to the Power BI service. In
Wow.
addition, yeah, that's some of the cool stuff we've done. We've also been able to do a few API updates.
Oh,
So we
neat.
did get the bind to gateway API. We did release that and support paginated reports now.
Hmm.
We also do. We also launched the dynamic binding to data sets as an API as well earlier in the fall, last fall. So that's some of the other things that we've done in terms of releases.
Oh, wow, that's amazing. You've really done a lot of stuff. I had no idea. Well, what's next for your team to working on the Paginated Reports?
Before we get to what's next, there's a little more stuff that we've also done on the
Wait,
subscription
what?
side of the house.
Oh,
Yes,
wow.
there's
Oh,
more.
great. Keep going.
So for subscriptions, we also allow you to now direct all of your large export files to OneDrive SharePoint. That's not something that was possible.
Yes, that's
That's something
awesome.
you can do now.
Oh, wow, that's
Um,
something I wanted for a long time.
Yeah, and then we also support something which is really small, possibly for some users, but really big for some others, which is you can now subscribe to reports on the last day of the month. So we handle all of the complexity of leap years and not so leap years and 30 days and 31 days, and you don't have to worry about any of that. You can actually do monthly subscriptions and then forget about it.
Oh, that's actually a really great idea. I would have loved to have done that. That's really clever. Thank you for doing that. So, well, what's next for the team? I didn't mean to step on your toes there earlier, but that's a lot of stuff. You guys have been super busy. What are you planning on next?
So we want to make a lot of updates. We're trying to all get all of your inputs on
Hmm.
all the cool stuff that we've delivered now, but keep watching the release plans and keep watching every month update because we keep releasing things incrementally. And I don't want to kind of get that out of the door at this point, and I want to keep bringing you back to read all of those updates and get a big update that way.
Wow, that's really great. You're way better than that PM you replaced. He was nowhere near as good as you. So
Oh,
this is
no, don't say that. He
no,
was
absolutely,
awesome. He was
no,
awesome.
absolutely. Oh, he's old news. No, this is great, Nirupama. I really appreciate you bringing me up to date on all of this. I haven't had a chance to chat with you much before, but this was awesome. I can't believe all the exciting things that have been happening with Paginated Reports. I hope we can do this again in the future.
Sure, I'm hoping so too. Thank you so much for taking the time today, and I love connecting with you,
Oh,
Paginated Report.
thank you very much. I love connecting with you as well. I'll see you in the round. Thank you very much.
See you. Bye bye.
Bye.